Cognizant to the needs of our learners, parents, and teachers, the Department of Education provided us with powerful tools for productivity that will allow us to foster critical thinking skills, problem-solving skills, communication and collaboration skills to be compassionate, responsible global citizens. Join us and discover new ideas in our series of professional development training program with the ICTS EdTech Unit and Microsoft Education Philippines. Together, we will equip our learners and empower our fellow educators for a dynamic future. Para sa bata, para sa bayan, at para sa guro. Sulong Edukalidad. Mabuhay! Isang mapagpalang araw sa ating lahat. Ako ang inyong lingkod, Tutor Madge. Welcome sa ating ETUlay, ang ating libreng online tutorial na hatid ng ating kagawaran ng edukasyon, ICTS EdTech. Ang programang ito ay inaasahang makatutulong at maging karagdagang kaalaman sa mga mag-aaral mula kinder hanggang senior high school, ALS, Alive, at SPED learners. Bukod sa pagsagot ng mga modules, ang ETUlay ay may mga special programs din na siguradong aabangan ninyo araw-araw. Katuwang ang ating mga minamahal na mga magulang at guro ay maitutulay natin ang pagkatuto. Kaya, ihanda na ang inyong module, lapis, papel o kwaderno. Ihanda rin ang isip, mata at tenga sa isa na namang makabuluhang aralin. Tayo nang matuto kasama ang inyong volunteer online tutor sa oras na ito.
Yes! Magandang umaga po. 2022 na po, no? So, January 7, 2022. Welcome to online tutorial po for 2022. Ano na po tayo ngayon? Nasa week 6 ng quarter 2, no? As usual, no? So, ang topic pa rin po natin is about the Java programming every Friday from 11 to 12. Yan po, no? Yan. So, for today po, for quarter 2, week 6, we will be discussing the while loops, no? So, we will be creating the while loops. So, ito po yung isa sa mga sikat na topic po for loops, no? So, last week po, no? So, last year actually, no? Last year, diniscuss po natin yung mga switch statement, no? So, yung case, the if, the if then else, no? So, if else if. So, yan po yung mga diniscuss natin. So, for quarter 2, week 6, for today, so from 11 to 12, so we are expected po, no, to learn, no? So, kung ano po ba yung mga loops na yan at ano-ano po ba yung mga loops. So, pero for today po, we're just going to discuss yung isa sa mga loop structure, which is the while loop, no? So, yan po, no? So, are you familiar po with this one? So, may kinalaman po ito sa topic natin for today, no? So, loops, no? So, may makikita po kayo, this one is an infinite loop, no? This one, very familiar po kayo dito kung nagra-rides po kayo, no? Yung mga roller coaster rides, no? So, these are actually loops, no? Meron silang mga loops, no? So, yan po. Yung ating loops, no? So, sa Java din po, may loops na tinatawag, no? Yan. So, for today, we will be discussing the while loops, no? So, isa sa mga loop structure, no? So, yan. Comment lang po kayo if you have questions, no? Shout out ko po yung mga nanonood natin ngayon. Magandang morning po sa inyong lahat. Happy Three Kings actually, no? Yan. So, ano po ba yung loop structure na yan? Okay? So, the loop structure po is actually repeated execution of a block statement. So, pag sinabi pong loop, merong repeated execution of block statement, no? So, within a looping structure po, meron tayong tinetest na Boolean expression, no? So, i-execute lamang niya yung isang loop body whether it is true and then exit kapag ka nag-false, no? So, when the Boolean evaluation is false, the loop ends. So, automatic po yan. In any loop, pag nakita niya yung iyong Boolean expression is already false at hindi na true yung condition, it will end. But if not, no, so it will go into a loop, no? So kaya ang tawag po doon sa pag-ikot niya is actually the iteration. Iteration po. One loop is one iteration, another loop is another iteration. So makikita po natin later kung ano po yung sinasabi ko. So but yun nga po, no? So we actually have 3 types of loops, no? So ano-ano po ba yung mga tatlo na yan? So these are while loop, the for loop, and the do while loop, no? So yan po yung ating tatlong loop na pag-aaralan in 3 consecutive weeks or 2 Fridays, no? Ayan po. Pero unahin po natin for today the while loop, no? Yan, no? Yung mga while loop natin. Okay. So ano-ano po ba yang mga while loop na yan? Ayan. So in creating while loops po, no? In creating the while loops, there is actually a Boolean expression. So if you will notice in this one sa ating flow chart, no? Let us analyze the flow chart ng while loop. Okay, so you have the start, and then you already have a condition. So may condition po kaagad sa while loop. So pag true, i-execute niya yung loop body na sinasabi ko po, no? Dahil loop siya, loop structure siya, it will execute the statement. Until the condition is true, no? So manggagalingan po siya lagi dito. It will check the Boolean expression if it is true. If it is true, iterate again. So one iteration ulit, balik ulit, and then execute yung statement, yung loop body, and then check ulit. So if kapag na-reach niya na po yung false, no? So pag na-reach na po yung false, it will end the execution of the loop, no? So wala na po. So loop will end. So same with yung ating program. So it will end. So whatever it is na kung meron pang statement dyan before the end, it will execute. But yung ating sinasabi ngang while loop, until such time na it is true, no, it will execute any statement after the Boolean expression. So this is our Boolean expression. Ayan. Okay. Ayan po, no? So, ayan. So, ito po yung syntax ng while loop. Okay? So, it will execute block of statement while. Kaya po while, no? So, while a particular condition is true, no? So, ito po yung ating syntax. While, no? Hindi po siya do while, but it's while, no? So, hindi rin po siya for, but it's while, no? So, while, open and close parenthesis. Sa loob ng ating parenthesis, yung ating, open and close parenthesis, yung ating condition, which is our expression. So, ito po yung ine-evaluate whether it is true or not. So, while it is true, lahat po ng nasa baba na statement will be executed. Okay? So, until such time na nag-false po yung ating expression na to, no? Doon pa lang po niya i-execute yung statement after this bracket, no? So, yun po ang ating while statement. While loop, no? So, ayan. Okay, so how do we write, no? So, meron po tayo kasing klaseng dalawang loop, no? So, we have the definite loop and we have the indefinite loop na tinatawag. Okay, so ang kailangan nating i-write na code is something that will end, no? So hindi po tayo gagawa ng tinatawag nating indefinite loop, no? So gagawa po tayo ng while loop na definite, which means meron po tayong starting value. So that's the good, no? Sa iyon po yung tama, no? So para maging tama, it will not end up in an indefinite loop. We should always have an initialization of the starting value of our variable, no? So yung ating condition na chine-check natin should have a starting value, no? So kailangan meron tayong starting value, whether kung number yan, is it 0, is it 1, is it 2, or whatever it is, dapat meron po tayong initialization ng starting value ng ating while loop. Okay, and then, dahil nga po tinetest na natin yung ating while, if the test expression is true, the body of the while statement must take some action. So, dapat po merong gagawin kung true. So, wag nating i-leave on a hang yung ating while na walang gagawin kung true. Yun nga po yung purpose, no? The purpose of the while loop is to execute statement while the condition is true. Okay? So, and then dapat po, kapag na-evaluate to false, the loop should end. No? So, hindi pwedeng hindi mag-end. Pag hindi po nag-end yan, we have an infinite loop, which is an indefinite loop. We do not want to write an indefinite while loop. Tandaan po natin yan. Yan. Okay. Okay, so next po. Okay, so yan po, no? So, meron po tayong Boolean value na ine-evaluate. Whether is it true or false. So, lagi lang yan, ang condition na tinatest natin will turn out to be true or false. So, dalawa lang po lagi. Every time na iikot siya, no, sa ating while statement, sa ating Boolean expression, it will evaluate either just true or false, no? So, kapag true, it will execute some block statement, no? If it is false, end na yung loop natin. So, dapat po ganon, no? Okay, so makikita po natin later. We will show some examples po. Yan. Tingnan natin. Ayan, no? So, good morning po kay Sir Pao, kay Irene, kay Princess Leona, Brylen, no? So, good morning po sa pagnunood ngayong araw na to. Okay, so when we write our while loop, no, we do not want to explicitly define kung ilan yung iteration, no? So, we only write the condition. Hindi natin sinasabi na, dapat hanggang ganito ka lang, no? Hindi po natin sinasabi yon. We will write doon mismo sa condition. So the condition itself will tell you how many iterations, but it will not tell you exactly how many iteration kaagad yung gagawin niya, no? So basta until true yung ating Boolean expression, it should and always should process an executing statement. Okay po? Ayan. So, yan yung ating tip, no? So, another tip po, so, dapat hindi ma-evaluate to false yung ating Boolean, yung ating Boolean expression after the while. Bakit po? Kasi, it will end up with an infinite loop. So, mamaya makikita natin paano po yung sinasabi ko because I will have an example of an infinite loop or yung indefinite loop na tinatawag. Okay, so in this example, no, so we have the name of our class, the do while demo. Okay, we have, ito po yung sinasabi ko that the variable should be initialized, no? So integer, yung ating data type, count, ito po yung initialization. Yung count na variable is initialized into 1. Okay, so 1. Okay, ito po yung ating while, no? So sabi natin, ang ating while condition should have a Boolean expression. So yung count na variable natin na nilagyan natin ng initialization na 1, no? So ang value niya is will start in 1, no? Good morning po, Sir Dry, no? So yan po. So it will print, no? While count is less than 11, so ibig sabihin, how many iterations to? It will not tell you how many iterations kaagad-agad. But until the condition is true, it will, alin po yung i-execute niyang statement? Ang i-execute niyang statement is yung nasa baba na po ng while natin. Okay, so lahat po ng nandito sa baba ng while, ibig sabihin, i-execute niya to while count is less than 11. No, yan po. So anong ipiprint niya? Count is yung laman ng count, no? So count plus plus. So this one, it will increment the variable 1. So nag-start tayo sa 1 and then i-increment natin ng 1. So 1 plus 1 yan. So magiging 1 plus 1. Yung pagpunta niya na po dito, it will, yung isang iteration, yung unang iteration is 1 ang value. Yung kasunod na iteration is 2 na po yung value niya. Kasi meron po akong increment na count plus plus dito. No? Yan po. So let's take a look at our example. So ito po yung aking IntelliJ. No? So let us run this one. So yun nga po, no? So sinasabi ko po, sa while loop, we should always initialize the value of our, kung ano po yung ating variable na nilagay dito sa Boolean expression after the while. So ito po yung ating Boolean expression, count less than 11. Yung count should be initialized. So para alam natin saan siya nag-i-start na value. So remember that in making a while loop, dapat meron tayong value na in-initialized. Okay? So while yung ating Boolean expression, less than 11, it will print count is plus count. So, yung ating count is, ang unang laman niya is 1. Okay, value niya. Okay, so, ipiprint niya, whatever it is, count is yung laman ng count na variable, and then it will plus plus. So, ibig sabihin, mag-i-increment ng isa. So, 1 plus 1. So, yung kung ang initial value natin is 1, so mag-i-initialize, yung pangalawang iteration na niya is magiging 2 na po dito. So 2, hindi na po siya babalik dito sa ating initialization, diretso siya dito sa ating while. So ang pangalawang ikot, 2 na po ito, no? Is 2 less than 11? Is it true or false? So pag true, ano po yung i-execute? Yung system that print line count is yung laman ng ating count. So, let us run this one para makita po natin. Okay. Run natin. Yan. Ayun, no? So, ayan na po siya. Okay, nakita nyo po, ang ating output is count is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay? Bakit ko po ginawa bang 11? Because I want to see 1 to 10. Okay? So, I want to see 1 to 10. Kaya po, kapag ginawa ko po kasi to, no? So, if you take a look, kung ginawa ko po to na 10, 1 to 9 lang yan. Kasi, ang chine-check is, while count is less than 11. So, kung ginawa ko lang yan na 10, ay, sabi. Nangyari. Okay? So, kung ginawa ko lang po yan na, natin, so, ginawa ko lang yan na 10, so, 1 to 9 lang yan. Kasi, pagdating ng 10, so, 10 is less than 10, false na kaagad po yan. It will end the while loop. No? So, run natin. So, para po makita nyo, let us run this one. So, magiging 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 lang yan. Kasi nga, pagdating doon sa 10, hindi na 10 is less than 10. So, false na kaagad yon. So, kaya, ang output na po niya dyan is, ayan, run natin. Ayan. Ayun, no? So, 9 siya. Okay? Magiging 9 yung sa last iteration niya. Bakit po? Kasi nga, kung 10 is 10, less than 10, hindi pa, false na po yun. Kaya, hindi niya na po yun i-execute. Hindi niya na siya magpiprint ng count is 10. Hindi na po. Dahil, false na po yung ating Boolean expression dito. So, kaya po ginawa ko kanina to na 11 para we could see 1 to 10 na numbers. Ayan po. Ayan. Kaya ginawa ko po siya kanina na 11. See, because I want you to see 10 iterations. So, 10 po yan. So, every ikot, no? So, kaya po while, no? Kaya po while, so, dahil loop, no? Bumabalik, bumabalik, bumabalik while the condition is true. Ayan po siya. Okay, so, another example, no? So, another example po. Okay, so another example po ng ating yan, no? So sample program natin. This one, okay, so I have initialized yung ating variable na x sa 2, okay? And then dito po yung ating Boolean expression, yung ating condition, x is less than 102. Okay? So while x is less than 102, ano pong gagawin niya? It will increment the value of 2 sa 2. So, skip counting by 2 po ang gagawin ng program po natin na to. Okay? So, pag sinabi pong skip counting by 2, it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 until ma-reach niya po yung 100. Bakit? Kasi pagdating, pag-iterate niya po ng 102, 102 is less than, actually 101. Pasok pa yung 100 dahil 100 is less than 102. Yung 101, hindi niya na po ipiprint or the 102 dahil po hindi po less than sa 102. So, until 100 lang yan. So, let us see. So, tingnan po natin sa IntelliJ. Okay. So, skip counting by 2. Okay, so I have here this one. Ito po. So, ito po yung example ko dyan. Okay, so I have an example here of skip counting by 2. So, I have initialized the x to 2. So remember, when we're doing a while loop, no? When we're doing a while loop, we should and always initialize the value of our variable. Okay, so x is equal to 2. Okay, while x, which is yung ating Boolean expression, less than 102. Anong gagawin niya? So ang sabi niya, i-print mo yung x, yung laman ng ating variable na x. And then, ano pong gagawin niyang i-execute the statement while the condition is true? Mag-x plus 2 ka. So, kung unang iteration, unang ikot, 2 pa lang yung ating value dahil ang initialization natin is 2. Sa pangalawang ikot, it's 4 dahil 2 plus 2, di po ba? Okay, sa pangatlong ikot, it's 6, pang-apat, so on and so forth, until such time ma-reach niya po yung 102. Okay? So, pagdating ng 102, stop na po siya dahil the condition is already false. Yan. False na po siya. Okay, so let us run this one para na makita niyo po yung output. Okay, so yan. So, yun po yung beauty ng while. When we want to execute, no, statement, no, while testing a certain condition until such time a condition is true, let's try to use the while loop. This is actually one of my favorite aside from the for loop, this is one of my favorite. Same with the switch statement. So yan po yung aking mga favorite nung ako pa po yung nagpo-program nung nasa IT industry pa po ako. Ayan. So ayan. So ayan po, no? So yung ating initial value is 2, di po ba? Okay, so ito po yung ating output. Taas ko po. Okay, so iyan po yung ating output. Okay, so sa unang ikot ng ating while, okay, it is 2. Okay, pangalawang ikot, 4. Pangatlo, pang-apat, hanggang dumabot po tayo ng 100. No? So 100, skip counting by 2. No? So pagdating ng 102, yung ating condition na nandito sa ating while will already become false. No? So false na po siya. Yan. So false na po siya. Ayan. Yan, no? So false na po siya pagdating ng 102. So that's the beauty of using the while loop, no? So yung ating loop, isa sa mga loop structure natin. Okay? So balik tayo po. Okay, so another sample program na sinasabi ko po, no? So this is skip counting by 2. Okay, another sample program po is the skip counting by 3. Okay, so sa skip counting by 3, so syempre i-initialize ulit po natin yung ating variable na x, and then we will have a certain condition up to ano bang value yung gusto mong ma-reach, no? Okay, so x is less than 100, so because I want to see starting from 3 until 99. Okay, so 99. So this one, ang mangyayari dito, it will add plus 3 to the value of the x. So sa unang ikot, it's 3 dahil ating ang initialization is 3. Okay, pangalawang ikot, it will become 6. So 6 plus 3, 9 plus 3, no? So 12 plus 3, so that's what will happen in this one. So this is what it's doing. Okay po. So and then it will print, no? So it will have skip counting by 3. Ayan. So tingnan po natin. Run po natin. So this is the do while skip counting by 3. Okay, run po natin. Ayan. So it will eventually ayan. So ito po, no? So ito yung ating output. So 3, 6, 9, 12 until ma-reach niya yung 99. Bakit? Pagdating ng 99, 99 plus 3, no? So 99 plus 3 is 100. Ano na po? 99, 100, 101, 102. So dito po sa ating statement, no? Dito sa ating Boolean expression, 99 plus 3, that is 100, 100, 102. 102, is it less than 100? No? False na po siya. No? So 102 is actually greater than 100. So this will become false. That is why it will already end the loop. So ito na po yung ipiprint niya. No? So pagdating niya ng 99, nag-plus 3 dito, it will become 100, 100, 102. So dahil 102 yung ating x, ito na po yung ipiprint niya. System that print line, skip counting by 3. So after the while loop, it will execute whatever it is yung nata sa ating closing bracket. No? So yan po. So yan yung mangyayari po dyan. Ayan. Okay. So that's the beauty of a while. So it will execute until a condition is true. Ayan. So ito naman po yung sinasabi ko kanina that we should avoid, no? So we should avoid creating an infinite loop or yung tinatawag nating indefinite loop. We should always create a definite loop. Bakit po? Kasi it will not end, no? So unless you take a break or hinold muna po yung iyong program. Okay? So this is an example. I want you to take a look at this one. Bakit ko po nasabi that this one is an infinite while loop? Okay, so take a look. I have here a variable x. Ang initialization niya is 7. Okay? So while x is less than 10, you print mo yung x. Okay? So sa unang iteration, it's 7. Okay? Hindi po ako naglagay ng increment, decrement, or anything that will be executed after the while statement. Okay? So remember, kapag meron tayong while, you should end. No? So kailangan mapalabas mo na magfo-false. No? So pag hindi po nag-false yung ating condition, no? So like in this case, so it will never and ever and ever, and it will be an endless loop, no? Yung tinatawag nating infinite loop, no? Because we did not end. No? So hindi tayo nagkaroon ng closure, no? So parang ano lang po 'yan, no? Yung mga mag-boyfriend nagkaroon ng relasyon pero hindi nagkaroon ng say goodbye, no? So parang ito, hindi nagka-goodbye-an, no? So wala pong nangyari, no? Naglagay lang siya ng expression, nagkalagay lang siya ng Boolean expression, but it did not end. So hindi man lang niya in-end. This one will never be evaluated to false. Dahil wala eh. Okay? Wala kang ginawa to end. No? So wala kang ginawa. You did not increment, you did not do in decrement, you did not do something. Okay? All you want to do in here is to print the value of x. So let's take a look at this one. Okay? Paano siyang magiging infinite loop. Okay, so I have here, where is my infinite loop? Okay, so this one is my infinite loop. Okay, so ayan po siya, no? So let us run this one. Paano siyang mag-infinite loop? It will never end. Okay, so this one is what I am trying to say na infinite loop. Okay, so 7 and 7 and 7 and 7 and 7, it will not end. Bakit? Kasi wala po tayong ginawa parang maging true. Okay? Okay, 7 and 7. So in this case, it's either you halt the program or you put a break. Okay? So in this case, I will just stop, syempre po, running. Okay? So sa IntelliJ, you may do the stop. Okay? So but it will never stop. Your expression will always be evaluated to true. Ayan po siya. No? So every time na iikot yan, the condition 7 will always and always be and 7 and 7 and 7 until i-halt natin yan. Okay, so let us hold this one. So yun po, pinakita ko po that we should avoid making an indefinite or infinite loop. Okay, so stop ko po siya. Ayan. Okay, so good morning po, Maria Teresa Laranjo Parial from OSDS HRMOS DO Rizal. Ayan. So ayan na, and hinold ko na po siya, no? So that is why it's end. So pero kung doon sa program mo, hindi mo nilagyan that with L will become evaluated to false, it will run and you will have an indefinite and infinite loop. So we should avoid this infinite while loop. The same with the for, with the do while, no? So dapat we should avoid making a indefinite or infinite loop. Ayan, no? So ayan po. Okay? Ayun, so recap na kaagad. So, ayan po, mas mabilis tayo. Okay, so ano pa pong questions? May question po ba kayo? Okay. Shout out lang po, no? So, I just would like to congratulate a friend of mine who will soon be tying. Kakasal po siya sa January 15 kay Ma'am Abby. Yan, congratulations and best wishes po. Okay, so recap po tayo. So, gusto niyo pa po ba ng other examples? So, gawa pa tayo before tayo mag-recap because it's still too early. Ayan, so, gawa tayo. So paano pong gagawin natin para this one will eventually, so let's do something in here na lang po. No? So, let's edit this one. So, paano gagawin natin? Okay, so let's put in here x++. So, increment natin. Ayan. So, lagyan natin yan. Okay? So, kung gagawin po natin ito, i-run po natin yan. So, that will prevent this one from an infinite loop. It should. No? So, dapat. Okay, so, dahil naglagay ako ng x++, nag-increment po ako. Process po siya. So, ayan. So, ano mangyayari dyan? Ayan, 7, 8, and 9. Okay? Pag nag-10 na po siya, it will be evaluated to false. So, kaya it will halt the program. It will end. It will just print 7, 8, and 9. Bakit? Kasi pagdating ng 10, 10 is less than 10. Diba? So, false na po agad yan. Okay? So, 10 is not less than 10. Okay? So, 10 is equal to 10. Pwede pa. Okay? But wala naman tayong equal sign. So, hindi naman tayo naglagay dito ng 7, x is equal to 10. So, let's try. So, kung lalagyan naman po natin ito ng 10, equal, no? So, lagyan natin siya ng equal. So, it will print until 10. Okay? Kung lagyan natin yan, it will also be 10 is equal to 10, iterate 11, so magfo-false po siya. So, run natin. Kung nilagay natin ang equals, ayan. Ay, happy anniversary ng ETUlay. Yes, tama po. Happy anniversary po sa ating lahat sa ETUlay. Ayan, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So, pagdating ng 10, pagdating ng 10 plus 1 dito, no? So, kung 10 na yung value ng ating x, so 10 plus 1, it will become 11. 11 is no longer less than or equal to 10, di ba? So, it will become false. So, halt na po yung ating program. So, just the same, 7, 8, 9, and 10 na po yung ipiprint na natin. So, this will prevent, so, yung ating infinite loop kanina. So, kasi nga, hindi tayo naglagay ng increment or decrement. So, to halt or para maging false yung ating Boolean expression after the while. No? Okay, so yan po yung ating while. Okay, so ay, si Sir Cha. Sir Cha, thank you po. Nanonood po pala kayo. Ayan. Ayan. So, yan. So, shout out po sa lahat po ng faculty ng Pagalanggang National High School. Mula po kay Ma'am Ara, kay Sir Cha. So, lahat po ng mga kasamahan ko po sa Pagalanggang National High School. Thank you, sir, for watching today. So, ayan po. Ayan po yung ating while loop, no? So, yan. So, gawa pa po tayo ng iba. Okay, so create pa po tayo. Okay, so let us create another class. Okay, copy ko lang para mabilis. Okay, gawa tayo ng iba pa. Okay, so while loop, skip count, gusto natin skip count 10. Okay, so we want to create skip count 10. Okay. Gawin natin ito. Ayan. So kung skip counting by 10, so paano pong gagawin natin? X is equal to X plus 10. Okay, so kung 101, para makita natin yung 100, I want to see 100. Okay, so start tayo ng initialization natin is 10. Ayan. Ayan po. So, kung 10 to 100, we want to see 10 to 100 as our output. So, i-initialize natin yung ating variable as 10. Okay? And then, yung ating condition. So, what will be the condition? We want to, okay, so x, mali po ito. So, dapat po ito is x is less than 101. Okay? So, x is less than 101. So, let's print the value of x. And then, so let us put x is equal to x plus 10 because it is skip counting by 10. So, we want to see as output 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100 as our output. Okay, so let us run this one. Ayan. Ayan. Okay. Check lang po natin. Tayo lang po natin. Ay, kung sobra po ako ng isang bracket. Ayan. Ay, that's it. Ayan. So, pag may error po, no, so it will tell, the compiler will tell you exactly where your errors are. Ayan. So, pag ganyan na po siya, so, wala na po yung error. Ayan. So, the output should be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100. Ayan. Yan po. So, ito po yung ating output. So, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100. So, what happened here is, so, nagkaroon po ng iteration. So, the while loop is it's particularly used if we want repeated execution of a block statement, no, in a number of times while the condition is true, no? So in this case, until the x is less than 101, no, so it will do a print of the x and then it will increment plus 10, no? So, skip counting by 10 yung x. Kaya po, ang output natin is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100. So, yan po yung ating output. No? So, yan. Okay, so, questions? Meron po ba kayong questions? Oy, nanonood po si Ma'am Suzette Pagyo, si Ma'am Sheila, our head teacher sa Pagalanga. Same with Ma'am Caroline Sampang. Good morning po. Thank you po. Ayan. So, this is the while statement. No? So, isa po sa mga sa mga loops na ating tinatawag. Okay, so, balik po tayo dito. Okay. So, recap po tayo. So, yun po. yung ating loop, no? So isa sa mga loop po ang while, no? So hindi lang po siya ginagamit po siya when we want repeated execution of block statement. So sa loob po ng ating loop, no? So meron tayong Boolean expression which is our condition which should be evaluated to true and then eventually should be evaluated to false dahil pag hindi po nag-false, it will end up on a tinatawag po natin na infinite loop, no? So sa totoong buhay po dapat laging may ending, no? So may beginning and may end. Pag hindi po nag-end, no? So ano po 'yan? Ilog. Ayan. So it will continue to flow, no? So it will be executed and executed and executed over and over again until hinolt mo yung execution. Ayan. So to execute, so you should always and always po na i-initialize. So saan po yung beginning ng ating condition, yung ating variable, saan po siya mag-uumpisa. So importante po iyon. So yung beginning. Yan. So by next week po, no? So we will create 4 loops, no? The same po siya ng while loops, no? Pero this time it's 4, no? So 4. So sa 4 naman po, meron po siyang tatlo, no? Na chine-check, no? Sa condition. So the initialization, the condition, and then yung ating increment, no? So kung ano po yung gagawin niya. Yung pang-closing natin, yung pang-false, no? Ganyan po si for loop. And then we also have another version po ng while which is the do while, no? So ang kaibahan lang po ni while sa do while is actually ine-execute niya muna yung statement bago ite-test yung condition. So baligtad po sila ni while. Si while, meron munang condition bago i-execute yung statement. So si do while, i-execute niya muna yung statement and then it will test the condition. So yan po yung ating i-discuss. By next week na po iyan, no? Yan. So, quiz time. Sana po makasagot kayo. Okay. So, number 1 question. A finite loop executes a specific number of times. An indefinite loop is one that never ends. Is it true or false? Ayan. So, ano pong sagot? Ayan. So, ang sagot po ay false because a loop that executes a specific number of times is a definite loop, no? So counted loop. Ito po yung dapat, no? Hindi iiwasan po natin yung loop that never ends, which is we call an infinite loop, no? So false po 'yan. Okay. Next question. Okay, so a well-written while loop contains an initialized loop control variable that is tested in the while expression and then altered in the loop body. Is it true or false? So, ang answer po ay, syempre, true. No? So, sabi natin, dapat i-initialize natin yung ating variable and then ite-test natin using the Boolean expression. And then, we should always and have a loop body, which is the, kung ano man po, yung dapat nga i-execute after maging true. No? Ayan. Number 3, in an indefinite loop, you don't know how many times the loop will occur. Is it true or false? Siyempre, it is true. No? So, tinry na po natin yan kanina, di ba? Okay, so, yeah. So, true po yan. Okay, so, let's get ready. Imagine and start coding. Okay, so, iwanan ko po dito yung isang quote using still the while loop. Okay, so, while we are not yet succeeding, let us try, no? So, while, no? So, until hindi pa tayo nagsasucceed, let us try and try and try and try. So, until mag-false po, no? Mag-false po yan, it should execute a statement. Okay? Okay, so while we are not yet succeeding sa ating paggawa ng Java program, let's try and try and try. Pag marunong na tayo, we will no longer try. Syempre. Okay, so these are my reference for today. Ayan, so ako po kasama si Tutor Pau, si Tutor Ryan, ako po, no, si Tutor Bell, si Tutor Lon po, no, so every Friday po iyan, samahan niyo po kami from 9 a.m. until 12 noon. Ayan, so for your comments and suggestions, pakiscan lang po yung nakikita po ninyo na QR code. Humahabol si Irene Eliazar. Good morning. Ayan. So, see you again po by next Friday, mga ka-Tech Weeks, ka-ETUlay, ka-Coder. Yan. So, ako po ang inyong Tutor Bell. Mamaalam po. See you next Friday uli, 11 to 12. Thank you very much. See you. Bye!
Ang husay naman! Natapos mo ang iyong tutorial session kasama ang iyong mahusay na ETUlay tutor. May bago ka bang natutuhan? I-share na yan gamit ang hashtag ETUlay Level Up. Huwag aalis ha dahil may susunod pang programa na pwede mo ring panoorin at salihan dahil naghihintay na ang iyong mga tutors. Happy learning dito sa ETUlay!